Hello viewer, welcome to my March rune video. So I'm making this video to show you guys my current runes because tonight is the eve of free rune removal day. So I think it makes more sense to show you my runes right before I switch them all up so you can see what I've been using if you guys want to look back at my old videos. To see what quality of runes I had. You can kind of get a good feel for it, and everything's not going to be powered up tomorrow. It's going to take me a while. Sometimes I get runes in the middle of the month that I want to use, and sometimes I do different stuff in the middle of the month. So I think it makes the most sense to make it now. So let's get into the video. There are some monsters that I need to get out of storage first. So I will do that. So let's see here. I'm just going to bring everything out that may have runes on it, I guess. So I'm not bringing out Lapis, Lulu, or Glen because I don't use any of those units at all, and I don't really have anything to say about them. So I guess maybe I'll bring them out anyways to talk about the world boss a little bit. And then I'm gonna go down here and take out some of the units that I might be working on soon. Let me see. Okay, I think that should be about it. So, to start off the video, I've been doing 2 battles per day on the world boss, and right now I'm Master 1. At one point this morning, I actually jumped from Elite 3 to Master 2 after I did my 2 battles. So I guess that kind of goes to show that I don't really know what it goes to show, but it's just kind of weird that I jumped up so high, not really earning that many points. So now it is nighttime and more people have battled, so I have fallen down to Master 1, and I don't recall if I started doing 2 battles at the beginning of this world boss reset or whatever, but when it resets again, I will be doing 2 battles. So for free rune removal day, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put all of the runes, I'm going to rune up all the units that I use with my good runes, and then if I have any runes left over that are just garbage, I'm going to put those runes on my world boss units, which are like a lot of these 4-star units you see here. So a lot of these units don't have any runes at all. I think Alucia does. Like, some of them do, some of them don't. So I'm just going to put a bunch of garbage runes on them to help my world boss damage get up a little bit. So I guess I'm just going to start going over the runes now. This is my Soha. She is my farmer. She can do Fame and Hell by herself with a fairly good success rate. It's not 100%, but it's not the worst either. I'd say maybe 80% success rate or so. She's on Vampire Shield, and I will show you all of her runes. I'm going to do this for all my units. I'm just going to go around and click on all their runes. Here's her stats again. The reason I built her this way was because there's some website that has a Fame and Hell farmer. Sorry, I'm still using my egg timer. I have a quick tip video for you guys to set an egg timer for yourself if you're just sitting around, and you can set one to let you know when the magic shop refreshes. So mine just went off. I turned off the sound. The website I use is e.ggtimer.com, and there's an option button, so I turned off the sound and it just kind of pops up. So there we go. We didn't get anything from the shop, but that's okay. So what was I talking about? Yeah, I was looking at a Fame and Hell farmer website, and someone listed her with Vampire Shield. And I think the shield actually helps mine survive, so I'm just going to keep her on shield for now. Plus, I have some decent shield runes that I've gotten. So it's okay. Pretty good shield runes. So that's my Soha. I runed up my chilling to be on my first DB10 team to go straight dragon, but that didn't work because I don't think my runes are good enough. So my straight dragon team, for anyone who was wondering, was supposed to be Beretta, Vero, Bella, Chilling, Velajewel, but that didn't work. So I built a Reser, and now I'm going left-right dragon with about a 95% success rate. My left-right dragon team is Sig, Vero, Bella, McKean, and Bernard. So I don't use Chilling at all right now. I might use him for Necro. He's on Swift Revenge, and I'm going to go around the circle and show you guys his runes. Speed, HP, accuracy, and here are his stats. So he's pretty much just sitting in storage for now. I might de-rune him if any of these runes are decent. I might put some on Velajewel, depending on... I don't know. I'm just going to see if any of these runes can go on anything that I want to build. So I'm not going to worry about him on free rune removal day. He's probably just going to get a crappy rune set for World Boss. This is my Sig. I use Sig for a lot of things. I use him for Giants B10... Dragons B10. Hold on, my heater just turned on. I don't want it to make noise. So I use him for Giants B10, Dragons B10, TOA hard. I can almost use him all throughout TOA now, but I have to use him when Lyrith is the boss. She's the girl boss, and you need a nuker. Like, you pretty much need one. So he's one of the only nukers that I have. So he's very useful to me. Also, I'm going to go over skill ups too, I forgot that. My Soha is fully skilled. I double-monned her a while ago when I first got her, like a long time ago. She was the first monster I ever double-monned. So I did that because she was going to be my farmer, and unfortunately her last skill maxed last. So it's okay though, because this stuff kind of pays off. So I think it's worth it to be able to farm Fame and Hell. My Fame and Hell speed is very slow, so obviously I want to get that up to make EXP boosts more worth it, just for time-wise, just to, you know, farm more, because crystals aren't really becoming a problem anymore. So eventually when I do get into Necro and stuff, I should get better runes on her, and she should be a beast, and eventually my goal is to make her clear Fame and Hell very quickly. So we're back on Sig. He's my main nuker. He's on Fatal Blade. I'm going to go around the circle, showing you guys his runes. Here's his stats. And I don't think I have any upgrades for him, but I am going to look to make him my main nuker. Like, a lot of these runes... let me see here. No, I think he has my best Fatal Blade runes on, so I do plan on seeing if I can get any upgrades on him, but his stats are pretty good in my opinion, so I might just keep him the way he is rune-wise. He also has no skill-ups, which I'm debating doing. I was debating on putting them on Galleon, and in my Path to Decency video, I decided on Galleon, but I'm back to unsure. I'm thinking I might do Sig because I do use him quite a bit in guild battles, even though he's not a great PvP monster. I think the skill ups will help him get those kills that he just barely misses. And I also use him everywhere, right? I told you, GB10, DB10, TOA hard. So I'm debating him, and then I'm also kind of debating... my Fire Horus, wherever he is, way back here. But the thing is, there might be a Horus Hall of Heroes. I don't really know how that works, like, if they do it for new units or not, so I'm still gonna have to think about it. I'm not gonna make up my mind yet. If I get a double mon and I'm still not sure, I'm just gonna keep it and put it in storage for now. So here's my Theomars. He was the first Ifrit I ever summoned from guild pieces, and I kind of screwed around and didn't know what I was doing, and I was in a non-farming guild for a very long time. I only joined my farming guild recently, like, not really recently, I think it was like a month or two ago. So, I eventually got enough pieces to summon an Ifrit, and it was Theomar, so that was great. Here's his stats. I don't think he's that great. None of my units are actually that great, and I've learned that the hard way by losing a lot of battles to people. So He's on Violent Blade, and I'm going to go around the circle for you guys. If I do have any upgrades for him, I will put them on him. So, I'm going to have to see... That rune should be fine because, yeah, I'm gonna, my Sig and my Theomars are my main nukers, so they're gonna get the best Blade runes and the best Violent and Fatal runes, so I'm gonna work on that on Free Rune Removal Day tomorrow too, to make sure my Theomars is doing as much damage as he can by putting my best runes on him. Here's my Galleon. I only recently pulled him. He's on Swift Focus, there's his stats, and I'm gonna go around the circle for you guys. He's kind of a unit that... Hold on, I have to sneeze. Maybe. No. I think it passed. Okay, so he's kind of a unit that isn't super important to me. The reason why I lose some battles with Galleon, I can't really tell for sure. I should pay attention a little bit more because sometimes if I go against, like... If I go against Vero, Verd, Bella, and I'm looking to kill Verd, and he doesn't defense break Verd, that could have potentially costed me the win, depending on how squishy the Verd is. So in that instance, I would go for Bella. Maybe I should go for Vero, I don't know. So usually I use Galleon, Bernard, Theomars. So I don't really know if he's causing me losses or not, but I don't think Devilmon is going to make me win anymore, especially when my Theomars is still not the best runed. Same with my Bernard, he's actually a lot slower than a lot of other Bernards I encounter, especially because I try to battle people who are better than me. Sometimes I'm kind of forced to, and I don't really know that they're better than me. Sometimes, you know, I look at lineups and I'm like, hey, I think I can beat this, right? I think I can outspeed it. And then their Bernard moves in between, and I have Galleon lead, and it's just like, what the hell? So, he's not a unit that I'm focusing on too much, like I already said. So he's probably just going to stay the same. And then I also kind of mentioned, like, the main thing is my Theomars doesn't nuke hard enough to actually make that team comp work, thus not really needing Devilmon on Galleon. That's not going to make anything happen, really. Here's my Beretta. I love my Beretta. I used him for... What did I use him for? I didn't really use him at all in Giants too much. When I was just starting to do Giants B8, I tried using him, but he didn't help me do it. I failed with him. Then when I fused my Vero around that time, Vero allowed me to do Giants B8. So I didn't use Beretta too much, but I do use him all in TOA. All in TOA hard. Everyone says this, but he's probably the best unit to build for TOA. So I love my Beretta. I've put a lot of work into him. Here's his stats. Let's go around the circle again. So for Beretta, I don't think I have any new runes to put on him, but I'm going to have to double check. Here's my Velajewel. I have something actually kind of fun to tell you guys. So I think I'm actually going to commit, and I'm going to 6-star my Ramagos after Free Rune Removal Day, because I don't want to pop an EXP boost now, because tomorrow I'm going to be figuring out all these runes, and I'm going to be moving them all around, and I'm going to be spending a lot of time on that, so I don't want to have an EXP boost active while I'm trying to fix my runes. So I think I'm going to commit, and I'm going to start running Velajewel, Ramagos, and then my, where is he? My, Duamutef, or I think that's how you say it. I tried my best. You guys can't see it because my webcam's kind of cutting it off. I think I'm going to run these 3 units. Duamutef is actually kind of bad without skill ups, but I'm going to give him a try. He's my best option, to be honest, for that team. I could also run like Rayok or Colleen or something, but I think Duamutef's just going to make it so much safer and successful, so I'm going to try it out. We'll get to him in a second, though. And as you guys can see, he has a lot of skill ups needed, and I'm not sure about the Horus dungeon, Hall of Heroes. I don't know if that's going to be a thing, so I'm not going to want to Devilmon him yet. I'm going to test him out and see what I can do. So, where were we? back here on Belladjul. So here's my, oh, I forgot to mention, my Beretta is fully skilled. I did that a while ago, actually. I think I did that the first or second time I ever cleared TOA. It's in my old TOA videos if you guys are curious. I mentioned it a couple of times because his Phoenix Fury actually scaled up last, and that's what I needed to beat Artemil on TOA 90, I think. It actually didn't end up being the thing that made me beat Artemil. It was just RNG. I had to do that level a bunch of times. Then one time it just worked out, like just barely. So I would definitely suggest skilling up your Beretta. And also, for all you like kind of new players or whatever, a lot of people suggest keeping any non-duplicate Nat 4s. So if you happen to summon a unit like a Wind Sylph, I actually have one. So if you summon a Shemitah and you're debating feeding it to Beretta, I probably wouldn't myself, because what if they buff him, you know, what if something happens and then your Shemitah is gone? I would just save it, but it's up to you, you know, play the game how you want to play it. It's not really my place to say how you should play the game, but I like to err on the side of caution and, you know, not feed my Shemitah to Beretta. So we're back on Belladjul. Eventually I will probably want to finish out his punishment. I was thinking about punishment and finish at the same time, but probably not right now. He's on, here's his stats, and he's on Swift Guard. Eventually I'm going to want him to be on Violent, but my Violent runes are really, really, really crappy. So he's going to have to stay on Swift for a very long time, I think, until I get really good Violent runes, because his Swift runes are pretty dang good. You see this resistance, HP, resistance, defense, accuracy. He has a lot of great subs on his runes, so I think I went around the circle in the reverse way for you guys. So there's his runes, that's it. Also for Free Rune Removal Day, I don't think I'm going to replace anything on him, but I'm just going to double check to see if there's any runes that he could possibly be upgraded. Here's my Shannon. A lot of people don't like Shannon, but I do. So she's like my secret weapon for this Free Rune Removal Day. Her true power will be unlocked tomorrow. I plan on giving her quite a few upgrades to make her a lot faster. Right now she has no speed at all, and I just have her built really tanky, and her accuracy could be a lot better too. So I think she's going to be one of those units that's going to get a lot of upgrades. I haven't actually looked at them. Last Free Rune Removal Day, I wrote down all the upgrades that I was going to do, but I think I'm just going to do it tomorrow. So I don't know how good she's actually going to be, but I have a feeling that I have a lot of upgrades for her. So we will just go around in the circle. I use her for Giant Speed 10 and TOA 1 to 100. I started using my Sig because my team's a lot tankier, but she got me through TOA when I probably shouldn't have been able to get through TOA. So she's a great monster. Also, for anyone who's wondering, who hasn't seen my other videos, my TOA team is Beretta, Vero, Bella, Bernard, and then the last slot is either Shannon or Sig. So I would definitely recommend Shannon. She's great versus the one boss, the guy boss. The guy boss kind of works weird, but I managed to do it just fine. So if you guys want to build these units, check out my stats. They're on all my TOA videos in the description. So if you guys have these units, check out my stats and then try to get your stats to that level, and you should be able to do TOA. Here's my Bernard. I know it's like a big taboo to show your Bernard's speed on YouTube videos, but my Bernard is very slow, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think I have any upgrades for him. So here's his stats, and then I'll go around the circle and talk to you guys about what's going on with him. So if you guys check his runes, he doesn't have any runes with like greater than 20 speed, which is kind of what you want to look for Bernard. So right now his speed is 128 or 228, and it's gonna want to be like way higher. I think maybe like around 280 or so. So to get that high of speed, I am going to want to start collecting runes that have like speed plus 20, plus 25, stuff like that. Like that's what like Guardian 3 players have. Like that's their tier of runes. Sometimes I check out Guardian players. One other tip, so I'm going to go on like a tangent here. A lot of people are putting out rune selling guides. Like you see right now I have 426 out of 500 runes. I'm a little bit of a hoarder. Just because if you see here, my Vero's slot 4 rune is only a 4-star rune, and his speed right now is 95. My Vero's actually pretty good compared to other people at my level of play. So that's why I'm so hesitant to sell my runes, and there's a lot of guides out there on Reddit and stuff like that. So I decided to check out some Guardian 3 players' monsters and see how they rune their monsters, because a lot of them do a lot of broken sets and stuff like that, because I read this one rune removal guide, or rune selling guide, sorry, and the guide said that basically for Revenge Runes and other 2 sets, you're basically never going to use those runes in 1, 3, or 5, because you just get so many of those, and like I don't know how to explain this really easily, but you guys can kind of understand it, right? Like you're going to want your violence in 1, 3, 5, and then one other slot, because it's really hard to get a full set of violent runes, but it's very easy just to get a bunch of revenge runes, and those revenge runes, like you should be getting a lot, and those can go in your 2, 4, and 6, because it's very hard to find good violence in those slots. Like, I kind of go along with that logic, I kind of understand it, but I'm still a little bit hesitant. So to reinforce that person's idea, I thought like, hey, I'm gonna go look at these Guardian 3 level players, you know, like top 100 arena, and see where their 2 sets are actually positioned on their monsters. And I kind of saw different things. So I haven't like totally made my mind up on that yet. Just a little tangent, just like a little thing to get you guys thinking, I guess, if you want to look into it. So, yeah, so my Bernard has runes that are actually really slow. They don't have great speed. I think the most is just plus 15. That one only has 5, that one only has 12, and yeah, so, I don't have any upgrades for him now, but maybe later, maybe next month, hopefully. Whoops. Okay, so here's my Bella. She's Violent Focus. Here are her stats. She's pretty fast and decently tanky with pretty good accuracy. Not great resist, though. So we're going to go around the circle. So that's her. I don't think I have any upgrades for her at this moment, but I should be getting more, especially for my monsters who have violent runes, because I'm getting into Dragon Speed 10 now, and I should be farming that quite a bit in the next month. Here's my Veremos. Here's his stats, and here are his runes. So my Vero and Bella I basically use everywhere: Giant Speed 10, Dragon Speed 10, and TOA and PvP. So they're going to get my best runes, right? Another small tangent, I'm still keeping my focus very narrow on the units that are going to progress me through the game. I haven't really decided if I'm going to work on a Necro team yet. I have some friends who are kind of getting into Necro, and they can kind of test the waters before I jump in, you know, so they can kind of tell me if it's hard, that sort of thing, so then I can really figure out if I want to go into that now and start 6-starring more units, or if I just want to chill out and just farm dragons for a while, and giants too. So that's something that I'm still thinking about. My Lapis has I think she just has these runes on for World Boss. Hey, that's actually kind of a good rune, but I don't have anything on Despair that would want that. So these runes are just for World Boss. I haven't used her in a very long time. Here's my Kona. He has really crappy runes on. I guess I can show you his runes. Sometimes I end up pulling out my weird level 35 monsters to do PvP with, which actually went very badly in this guild battle. I tried to battle this guy that I thought I could beat, and I was considering using my Ramagos against him because he had a great team to use Ramagos against. He had a Tessarian Chloe Chisoon. So I was thinking about using my Ramagos. Like, I would have had to use Velajul, Ramagos, Colleen, or Rayok instead of Colleen because my Duamutef is not built yet. And he's only 4-star, like level 7 or something. So I ended up bringing Kona out, and like that totally went bad. And I think it was just kind of rune quality. I think I already went around the circle, but I'll just do it real quick again. I don't plan on building him now, but I do have him because he's a great monster. Here's my Lulu. I haven't used her in a while, so I'm not going to go over her runes. But I have runes on her from like a while ago, just for World Boss. So that's her. Here's my Megan. She doesn't have any runes on, but I probably will slap some on for World Boss if I have any extras left over. So yeah, I just have one, and she's fully skilled up because of, I summoned a bunch of Mystic Witches. Like, I don't want to be like one of those people that's like, hey, the summoning rates are weird, but they kind of were because, like, I got so many Mystic Witches and, like, no penguins. Like, I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be or what, but maybe I just got lucky. I don't know. Also, I forgot to go over skill ups. My Vero's fully skilled. Obviously, you want to do that as soon as you get Veremos because he's awesome. Same with Bella. All those are fully skilled up. So yeah, I don't use Megan at all, and I never really have. At all, I don't think. So here's my McKean, my first Reser. She allowed me to do DB10 with about a 95% success rate. If you guys want to see my team in action, it's in Path to Decency episode 7 or whatever. I titled it. It says like dragons or something. I don't know. So she doesn't have any skill ups, and I didn't farm the Hall of Heroes. There was a Dark Undyne Hall of Heroes, and I didn't farm it. I farmed it for 1, but it was taking me forever. Like, just to get that 1, I think it took me like 1.5 days of farming. So I don't think I did any refills, but she doesn't have any skill ups, which is like a little bit unfortunate, but it's not the worst thing. So here are her stats, and she's on Despair Blade, and I'll go around the circle. So her runes right now are actually kind of decent. She's kind of like a second tier monster that I'm looking to improve. So once I get all of the Despair runes that I want on my Shannon, and what else runs Despair? I think just Shannon, and Beretta I don't think has any skill ups, but she's gonna be like right in line after those monsters to get skill ups and stuff. Just because I don't really want to commit to her. I know having a Reser in Hall of Heroes is very crucial, but even if I built her, I don't know how fast my team would be, to be honest, because you kind of have to do that dungeon fast if you want skill ups. For the next Hall of Heroes, I'm actually going to farm it, so this will be like the first Hall of Heroes that I actually attempt to farm, because I figure it's worth it to try to get as many skill ups as possible. Even if it's just 2 monsters, that's way better than having 0. It's probably not like the best use of energy, so like I'm gonna have to see which Hall of Heroes it actually is to see if it's worth it still. So like it's probably actually a poor use of energy for a player at my level, but a player of my level like might have to start farming Hall of Heroes, or I should be able to. So I still need to look into that, right? Like I talked about maybe getting into Necro depending on if my friends have an easy time doing it. Also, Hall of Heroes is kind of on my radar. And then we also have TOA hard, and then raids, and then it's pretty much endgame at that point. So the reason I'm not really getting into TOA hard too much is because my Mav doesn't have any skill ups. Well, he has a couple, but I think he needs to be like at least fully skilled. Stun. Yeah, I feel like he needs to be fully skilled. So that's kind of holding me back at the moment, but once he is fully skilled, I'm definitely going to look at building my Mav to do TOA hard. So that's McKean. Here's my Rayok. Here's his stats, and I'll go around the circle showing you guys his runes. Oh, whoops. Okay, I don't use Rayoke for anything except farming Famine 1 normal. A while ago I did use him in PvP, but that was like a very long time ago. So he's my Famine 1 normal farmer for events. I just used him for the spring event to farm Famine 1 normal just to finish the event because I didn't really want to dick around and farm stuff. I just kind of wanted to do the event and then not worry about it anymore. So his Famine 1 normal clear is alright. It's like a little bit slow and he can't just one-shot everything. Sometimes he doesn't crit and the enemy units move, so it could be better, but I'm probably just going to keep the runes that I have on him right now, and I probably won't look to improve those anytime soon, but we'll have to see. Here's my Colleen. She has really bad runes. I'll go around the circle for you guys. She's Violent Revenge. So I tried using her for TOA, and that didn't really work too well, and I didn't really need her too much. Colleen's an amazing monster for Necro. Like, you basically have to build her for Necro. Same with raids. She's just a great monster, so I fully skilled her up a while ago, and she's on the wait list to have some work put into. Here's my Spectra. I used to use him. I tried him out a little bit, but he didn't really work that great for me. He was almost equal to my Bernard stats when I was using him. So here's his stats, and he just has a bunch of random runes on with speed. Like, he has an attack rune on his 4th slot. So yeah, those are just random runes for World Boss. I will look to build him when I get into TOA hard, along with Mav and Talc. So I farmed the Griffin secret dungeon to get skill ups for him, because I think I actually put work into him like right before one of the TOA resets, because I thought he would help me beat a certain level, but I think I just beat it with Shannon. I don't remember, but I farmed the Griffin secret dungeons. There's a water one and there's a fire one. Yeah. So I went into like public chats and farmed enough Griffins from those to skill him up, because I didn't really want to mess around in Tamor. I didn't have time to do that. Here's my Adrian. I just recently 5-starred him because I had enough elves for him. Elves? I don't know. So here's his skill ups. He still needs a couple more. I plan on using him in Necro. Everyone agrees that he's one of the best Necro mons, along with Colleen and Bella and what have you. So, you know, like Shihua, whatever. But Colleen, Bella, and Adrian are like the 3 farmable units that you should definitely use for Necro. So there's his stats again, and I just threw on some random runes for World Boss. And again, I will work on him whenever the time comes that I want to work on my Necro team. So here's my Ramagos. I mentioned earlier that I was going to build my Veligil to run Ramagos in PvP, and I think I'm finally going to commit after Free Rune Removal Day. And then I'll start running, you know, Veligil, Ramagos, and then do Amutef or whatever. Because if you do that, if you pick the right teams, if you pick teams with fire attackers and wind attackers, and you avoid like certain teams, Ramagos is actually a really good monster to kind of cheese out some wins. So I can show you guys now. In this guild battle, I would have used Ramagos against this guy. See the second lineup, Tessarian, Chloe, Chasun, they're just going to go for Ramagos, because he's wind. So I lost this battle because I tried to, you see defense success. I tried to bring my Kona against that second lineup, but I think I brought like, I brought, my Soha, Sig, and Kona, and the other team just kind of had better runes and they sustained too much. And then I lost the first one just because of better runes, pretty much. And bad luck. I think the Bella got like a couple violent procs and managed to heal up right before I was able to kill something. So, I could have at least drawn that one with Ramagos. So we'll go back here to Ramagos. So here's his stats, and I have 1 rune upgrade for him. I'll go around the circle for you guys. He's running a defense rune in slot 6 because I don't have anything better. And I have a rune here to replace for him. I think I'm going to put this rune on him. Oh, you guys can't see. Okay. So I think I'm going to put this rune on him because of the HP. So remember this in your head, and then I will close this. So he's going to lose out on like 20% resistance, but since I'm running him with Velajewel, I think he might be okay. It might be better just to run the resist though. So of course he's fully skilled up, and once I do 6-star him, he should have about an extra plus 21,000 HP, which is fairly low, but that's the best I can do with the runes that I have now. And then his defense should go up a little bit. So that's him, and I don't have any other options for him because I can't farm Necro, so I think if I had to build a late game Ramagos, I would probably do Vampire Nemesis, if I could, probably with resist subs. I don't actually know, but that's kind of for later. So for now, I'm just gonna have to stick with this stuff. I was debating going triple energy, but I don't have any energy runes. This is like the best HP rune I have for slot 4. So I think this might actually be the better setup, I'm not sure. So look out for PvP videos. Once I 6-star this guy, it's going to be crazy. Like, I think I'm going to get a lot of good footage of him, like, cheesing people out. Here's my Mav. I told you guys he, his skill ups are kind of meh. And, here's his runes. We'll go around real quick. These are mainly just for a world boss. And, they're okay runes, but they're not powered up. Here's my Shemitah. I just built him recently to try to win more arena battles and climb an arena, but that hasn't gone too well. Like, I haven't really been trying because it's only Friday. So we'll see if I can... Oh shit, I'm rank 30,000. We'll see if I can start pushing Conqueror, but I don't think that'll happen. Maybe my Ramagos can help me, I don't know. So yeah, he's been alright. Here's his stats, and here are his runes. He's on Fatal Blade. He has really good runes. Like, I tried to put pretty good runes on him. None of them are actually plus 15, so I've been trying him out. And it's been alright. I'm still kind of doing some testing, but it's kind of the same as my Beretta lead, because I used to use Beretta, so I used to use Beretta, Galleon, Theomars, Bernard, and then I replaced my Beretta with my Shemitah, so it's kind of about the same, but of course Shemitah does a lot more damage with his 3rd skill, and this one's pretty useful too, so I'm still going to do more testing to see, like, I'm going to see how high I get this week, and then next week probably, like, it's still kind of, you know, undecided what I'm going to do with him. So here's my Adrian. I haven't used this monster in a very long time. He just has crappy runes, so he just sits in storage. Amon sadly got replaced by Sig, so I used to run, my first ever Giants B10 team inspired by the motivational gamer was Vero, Bella, Shannon, Bernard, and Amon, and I used Amon, so for Giants B6, I was using Amon, Darian, Bella, Bernard, and Shannon. So I used him quite a bit in my first few months of playing, but then once my monsters got rune upgrades and stuff, I didn't need to use him anymore. So I switched him out and I put Sig in leader for my Giants team, and Amon's been in storage ever since. So I don't think I'm going to work on him at all. I think he's just going to sit in storage for a while. Let me see. I might be able to use some of these runes, but I don't really think so. Let's see. No, he has kind of bad runes on, but yeah, he'll just be in storage. My Glen got fully skilled up because there was like a lizard secret dungeon, a wind one, I think. So he's fully skilled up. He has no runes on. I just have him there just in case he gets buffed or something like that, or someone discovers that he's really good, and then I'll build him. So he's just in storage. My Thrain, actually, I put some runes on him, and he helped me beat TOA 59, because TOA 59 is, what do you call those? I think it was a Kume. It was a Dark Yeti and then 2 Dark Werewolves, I think. Because if you crit the Dark Werewolves, they like deal like a certain percent of their HP as damage. It's like kind of like a counterattack, but the counterattack doesn't do damage. Like, it's not an actual counterattack, it's just kind of like, oh, you got damage done to you. So, I put some runes on him and he helped me beat TOA 59. So here are his runes. They're really bad and they're not even powered up. And here are his stats. So, the main reason why I use him is, why I used him, and he's great in TOA hard, is because of this skill. This skill doesn't do any damage, it just puts up dots, so there's so many dots everywhere. And, he doesn't trigger that counterattack by those monsters, so he's great. And, yeah, so I will use him in TOA hard, probably quite a bit. But once again, I'm keeping my focus very narrow on the monsters that are going to help me progress, and he's not really up in line yet, but he's kind of up there, so I'm still gonna play it by ear and see if I feel like he's gonna help me a lot, then I'll, work on him. I feel like I have a lot of stuff to work on, and again, that goes back to everyone who thinks they need to buy premium packs. Don't, because I started saving my scrolls on March 1st. Today's only the 4th, and I already have 7. I did get pretty good luck, but I already just have 7 from random stuff. So premium packs suck, say no to premium packs, and I already have so many monsters to work on, right? None that I actually need desperately to work on right now. Well, I mean, some of them I kind of sort of need desperately, not really, like my Duamutef and my Ramagos to start being more successful in PvP. So there's a lot that I can work on. Stuff like monsters like Mav, I just can't right now because he doesn't have skill ups. I mean, I guess I could try to rune him up. But yeah, I just can't use him right now because he doesn't have skill ups. So that's my Thrain. I farmed a Crow a while ago and skilled him up because I thought he could also be one of those like one-trick pony Ramagos type units that could help me cheese out some arena wins. I didn't try him out too much, so he's kind of just sitting in storage now. I plan on working on my talc coming up. I think I'm gonna put some runes on him or start potentially looking at it. I don't actually know what he wants to be runed, but actually he's kind of one of those units just like Spectral and Mav. They're in line, but they're pretty far away still because I need skill ups for him. I think there was actually a Mammoth secret dungeon that I just somehow forgot about, so that kind of sucks. Yeah. So there he is, missing skill ups. And then I was leveling up my Emma and my Yen, I think that's her name, Yen, because I figure they can be used in World Boss, because I'm like 19 out of 20 units for my second battle. So I don't think I'm going to put runes on them, but I might be able to put some really bad runes on them. And then here's my Duamutef. No skill ups, I already showed you guys, and right now I just have some temporary guard runes on him for World Boss. I think I'm gonna rune him Swift Revenge, probably, because of his first skill. So I think it's gonna be Swift Revenge, focusing on speed, HP, and accuracy. Wait, does he need accuracy? Yeah, maybe accuracy. So focusing on speed, HP, and accuracy, probably. I'm still gonna have to figure that out. And then that's it for the video. Those are all the units. Let me double check that there's nothing in storage. You guys can see I already have all the fodder needed to make Ramagos 6-star right after free run removal day because I don't want to waste time fixing my runes while I have an EXP boost going. So yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, I do have some mammoths here. I forgot about those. So my talc actually has some skill ups. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he needs 5. Let's check. So I have 4 right there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so he needs, hopefully this one maxes out, then we have that one. This one would be great to have just the last one left over because he doesn't need damage. He needs the harmful effect rate though to provoke. So that would be amazing if this second skill maxes out and then this one has that one left. So let me see what I have here to summon. No battle mammoths. So I'm saving these 2 monsters, the Grim Reaper and the Inferno, for fusions for Katarina, I think, or for whatever, if the new fusion monster happens to be connected to one of the other ones. You know how that works. So that's it for my rune video. I will catch you guys in my next video, but the next rune video will be next month, right before Free Rune Removal Day, just like this one. So I hope to see you guys then. Hope you enjoyed and learned something. Catch you later. Oh wait, one thing, I have to show you guys my Charmander shirt. It's awesome. It's just Charmander. So yeah, happy 20th anniversary, Pokemon. That was the game that got me into gaming. I love that game. Pokemon Yellow version for Game Boy. So that's it. See you guys later.